So ultimately, all that is to say, I would like to put a name on this. It's not Maha, but it is an understanding that one, trusting government agencies or other companies means that shit's going to be toxic. We can't trust them. Two, the only way to really trust that something is non-toxic is ourselves or someone within our community. And three, this saves us tons of money and it's also more sustainable for the future and for the planet. What's the name, guys? Get ready with me while we talk about how the non-toxic movement that we've seen over the past few years truly is an anti-capitalist movement, and how we need to put a name on it. We need to title it. I think a lot of people are now waking up to the fact that we really cannot trust big corporations, right? And what's crazy is that trusting big corporations was what boomers did, right? The Industrial Revolution is only about 100 years old, but at the beginning of it, obviously, was the foundation of these massive corporations, due to a lot of technological advances that could now serve the entire American population. Large national brands were starting to replace community like vendors, right? So instead of getting milk from your local milkman, right, in your local farm and having it delivered to your doorstep in glass bottles, which were reusable, instead of that, now we were trusting large brands. Because of technology, they were able to deliver milk across the country, not sustainably, right? And so, we started eating Wonder Bread instead of bread from our local bakery, or even even just bread baked at home is more sustainable than Wonder Bread, right? These big brands that are done nationally, because with the rise of these technologies of mass production come the rise of disposable packaging, and the rise of these big brands truly was the death of local communities, right? And there's still a touch of it, but who is truly getting bread that was baked at their local store or their local bakery every day, right? Even if you're getting bread that was baked at your supermarket, like some of my friends do, that supermarket bread, that is not from scratch. That is probably from a standardized recipe and probably flour blend, and following the steps given by a corporate entity in the middle, a central corporate entity that they're sending out to other people, right? That was the past. Let's fast forward to today. What we truly have learned is that one, we cannot trust these big companies, right? Even the companies we thought we could trust, we cannot. Right? We have also learned that the agencies that were put into place to hold these companies accountable, but also ensure that regulatory standards for safety and contamination were being followed, we can't trust those agencies either, right? The FDA and the EPA, because they have been undercut through lobbying, through lack of funding. So yeah, we can't trust the companies to make products that are safe. We can't trust government agencies to hold them accountable and to ensure that regulatory standards are adequate in keeping us safe. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, what this has done is truly taken us backwards, but probably where we should have been to begin with, right? Which is doing something yourself or getting something from your local community is the only true way to trust that something is actually safe. Ultimately, this has also shown that you really, truly can't trust anything that is disposable. And I think everyone kind of inherently knows this, right? Most people come to sustainability from a place of wanting to save the planet. What they don't realize is that they should also be coming to using reusable and sustainable things because of the toxicity that disposable products cause on our body, right? And again, I don't think people realize it. I think people are starting to wake up and truly realize just how unsafe disposable products are. From the packaging, sure, yes, but also from the processing. You can feel inherently that this is not good, right? Many people aren't able to verbalize it, or maybe they say they aren't able to verbalize it. But of course, it has always been advantageous to these large multinational corporations and conglomerates, these food monopolies, to make sure that we don't have community, that we don't have intergenerational homes too. That is also a big one, which I talk a lot about when we talk about loss of community and loss of education in regards to taking care of ourselves and our community, right? And just simple things like how to bake bread that used to be passed down generationally through tribal intergenerational homes, which we also have a loss of, right?